Hey everyone, One Spit here with a battle report between my Empire and a Warriors of Chaos army. As with my previous battle report, this is at the southeastern, I think we're now calling it the Mid-Atlantic region's Masters Invitational Tournament. This is actually the night before the tournament. The top 10 players from our region, based on their tournament performance this year, were invited to the tournament, and that did not include me. With one exception, I had a horrible year in tournaments. I showed up the night before to try to get in some games, and I am playing someone from the Washington, D.C. area. His fairly, in my mind, a kind of an MSU or MMU Warriors of Chaos army, which I thought was refreshing. So on the right, he has a Hell Cannon, 7 Trolls, 5 Dogs, a mini Death Star of Chaos Warriors. I'll go over them in just a minute. A Slaanesh Chariot, some more dogs, 7 more Trolls, beautiful models by the way, very nicely painted, 3 Skull Crushers with ensorcelled weapons, and then another Slaanesh Chariot. So what I call a mini Death Star, there's really not that many bodies here in terms of what you see nowadays, but he does have 3 characters, and Warriors of Chaos characters are nasty, so it does make this thing pretty formidable. Their builds are there. You can pause the video if you want to see it in detail. But a Chaos Lord, a BSB, and a Sorcerer Lord. So I decided to try setting up in the middle of the table instead of going to a corner. I found that usually I like being in a corner because I feel like I can attack half of his army immediately and wait for the other half to have to get across the table. And it just doesn't seem to be working out as well as I would like. So I wanted to give myself just a little more flexibility. So Demigryphs, Halberds, detachment behind him with my Light Council. There's my Archlector, my Steam Tank. On the right-hand side, I've got my Hellblaster Volley Gun in front, then a Master Engineer, then my cannon behind him. More Halberdiers, Hurricanum, and Captasis. And I should say, so this whole evening, I was down at the game store for like 7 hours, and I was giving my daughter a ride home from college for the weekend, and she came and hung out with me all night. So last game I rolled just absolutely atrociously, so she agreed to be my dice roller this game, which was very nice, and she is playing with the dice and grabbing my camera. Enough. Stop it. Okay, so Empire turn 1, I move up like that. Really, I don't have many great things for Captasis to do, so I'd like him just to take out the Warhounds. And my Demigryphs, I really don't see a lot of great matchups for them. Maybe a Chariot, certainly the Warhounds. I kind of like the idea of charging his Warhounds and maybe bouncing, overrunning between his units. If that's possible after he moves. But I don't, the Demigryphs don't have a banner, which means they don't have the flaming attack, so I don't want to put them in the face of the Trolls. The matchup against the Skull Crushers would be interesting. I don't know how that would turn out. So anyway, that's what they're there for. I'm really kind of just wanting to pick off a unit and maybe go through his lines, then turn around and be a threat. So the Steam Tank goes to shoot, and he misfires and takes 2 wounds. And then the cannon shoots, puts a couple wounds on a Chariot. With Magic Phase, I double cast Banishment. He uses a scroll on one and dice to stop the other. So that worked as well as I've grown to expect. So Warriors of Chaos turn 1, he moves like that. So overall, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Captasis, I'm thinking I might charge him into the dogs on the right. The Demigryphs on the left, if they could charge the dogs, hit them and then overrun and either go straight back so where nothing can charge me, or even if I had to go at an angle and I hit the flank of his Trolls, I could see that. Demigryphs into the flank of the Trolls wouldn't be ideal, but because I think they can just use their vomit attack and just destroy my Demigryph Knights over time. But overall, I'm happy with that. So we go to the Magic Phase. He casts the Infernal Gateway spell with Irresistible Force on the Steam Tank, takes it down from 8 wounds down to 5 wounds. So this thing is half dead already, but in the process, his level 4 gets sucked into the void, and a bunch of Chaos Warriors go with him. So what started out as really only a mini Death Star anyway is now much more manageable. And what I'm thinking too is I have the Speculum on my Archlector. So what I want to do is get my Archlector in here to tie up his his characters, and I think that, I just really like that. I think that's the way to go. So the Hell Cannon drops a rock on my halberdiers and kills a bunch of them. They pass their panic, and we go to Empire turn 2. So on the right, Captasis did not charge the dogs. I just went up and parked in between those units. I'm really not sure why. I don't see why I wouldn't have just charged him, but I didn't. That's what I did. On the left, yeah, my demigryphs charged his hounds, and he fled. And I didn't really like the angle I was going to be at if I had a failed charge there, so I redirected to his skull crushers, because that angle would have been straight ahead. So I was hoping, I'd redirect there, I fail the charge, I stumble a couple inches forward, and I'm right where I want to be. Well, I rolled like an 11, and I made the charge. And then I failed half of my dangerous terrain test going over that wall. The wall looks like it's to the left, but it's actually in front of them. So that's not good. It means before I attack, I'm probably going to be down a guy anyway. And model per model, skull crushers are better than demigryphs. And if I don't break them, which I'm not, there's a chariot to my left that's going to countercharge me in the flank. So this I rolled a little too well, or my daughter rolled a little too well. So we start off with 7, he's down to 5, and one of these guys is down to 1 or 2 wounds. So I've done 7 or 8 wounds on trolls. I cast Burning Gaze first, and then I cast a Banishment. He couldn't stop everything, and greatly whittled them down. So there's still a force to be reckoned with. Trolls, I think, are nasty, but yeah, we're halfway there. And over here, yeah, it was almost a pillow fight. Again, I took 2 wounds from the wall, so the Skull Crushers only did 1 wound to my guys. My guys only did 1 wound to him. So I won by 1, and let me look at the math on that. Yeah, I won by 1, and he stuck. And the reason I'm pausing now is he remained frenzied, which he probably should have lost, but whatever. Okay, so Warriors Cast turn 2. Overall, the board looks like that. I think this was a frustrating turn for my opponent, and the reason why is his Chaos Warriors and his Trolls tried to charge my Steam Tank. It has 5 wounds left. I think he's thinking, let's just get this thing dead and out of the way, and both of them failed that charge. To be honest, I was hoping the Halberdiers would make it, and I was really, really fearing that the Trolls would make it. I don't care about the Steam Tank dying. The Steam Tank's going to die no matter what, I think, at this point. But I need to get my Archlector into that warrior unit. So, whether or not the warrior unit makes it to my Steam Tank, if it charges my Steam Tank on my turn, I can charge the Archlector in, and I can do grinding attacks with the Steam Tank, and I think I could just really hurt that unit. But if the Trolls make it in there, it blocks my Archlector, and then it's just going to be a hassle. But they both failed, which I thought was awesome. The Chariot charges in, which I don't think is great, but now I do 2 wounds to the Skull Crushers. He only does 2 wounds to me with everything. Again, it's almost a pillow fight over here, and I stick, which was amazing, because the odds are I should have broken. So I'm happy enough. I'm going to lose the demis, but the longer I stick around, the more I weaken his units and slow down these units from participating in the fray over on my side of the table. So yeah, he charges dogs into Captasis. He started off with 5. Captasis kills 4 of them. I really can't complain, but he still only needs a 6 or 7 rerollable, and he makes it. And that's bad, because if he had broken, then on my turn I could do something with Captasis. Now as it is, if I kill him on my turn, then he can just charge Captasis with the Hell Cannon. Oh, and I should say the Hell Cannon misfired on turn 2, and so he can't shoot now. So he's using him purely as a monster because he can't shoot. So Empire turn 3. Overall, it looks like that. Steam Tank at 5 wounds, misfired, couldn't generate steam points, and took a wound. So he's down to 4 wounds. And I'd just like to say, I think I've done more wounds to the Steam Tank than my opponent has. The Archlector does make it into the Warriors. Again, I kind of like that. I'm stubborn 9, rerollable, and I'm swapping stats with his characters. Now, one thing that I'd never thought of before that came up was I'm in a challenge with his Battle Standard Bearer, so we swap stats, but his Standard Bearer is on a demonic mount, and I don't swap stats with the mount, so he's still toughness 5. And that's kind of significant, because it means I can't wound him very easily. On the left, I went ahead and charged the Halberdiers into the Trolls. I'm thinking I'm going to 6 dice the the burning attack bound prayer item so that they can get past the regen save. Other than that, I'm gonna need magic for the halberdiers to win that over time, because I think those trolls, 7 of them, are just a lot to punch through. With magic and shooting, I pick on the trolls on the right and get them down to a single troll with a single wound. That Hellblaster went to town. It was kind of nice. I was just telling my daughter, look, roll this artillery die 3 times. You need to roll 8s and 10s. And she would. It was nice. And yeah, Burning Gaze and Banishment helping out. I tried to get I used the 6 dice for the flaming attack on my halberdiers, and he stopped it, which is why I was able to get other spells off. So over here, the Demigris finally broke. His lone remaining Skullcrusher pursued, so he's all the way at the far end of the table. I'm happy enough with that. His other chariot just reformed, as you can see. And after combat, yeah, so the impact hits from the War Altar did a number on the warrior, so that was nice. I get a challenge with this BSB. I'm not positive, but I think I did 2 wounds to him. He did none to me. He, of course, has 3 because he's on a demonic mount, and we all stick around. Over on the left, his trolls didn't really do as much damage as I thought they might. But I think I killed 1 troll. He has 6 left. It's just it's gonna be a long grind. And yeah, Capsis kills the last dog. Little too late. We go to Warriors of Chaos turn 3, and it looks like that. So up close. So 1 chariot makes a charge. The other chariot, I think he tried to charge, but he's pretty far away, so he failed. He brought his remaining Skullcrusher all the way up just to help out where he needs, and he brought his dogs way up where you see him. I'm not sure what the purpose was. I'm not knocking it. I just don't know why. And over here, the Hell Cannon charges Capsis. He says, no freaking way. He runs away. I roll a 3, but then the Hell Cannon's movement's really low, and he fails the charge, which I was really happy about. The troll, my opponent decided he liked Capsis where he was, so instead of charging Capsis, he was positioned slightly differently, so he was going to charge the steam tank. He failed the charge and stumbled forward, how you see him there. I didn't care about that one way or the other. Not at this point. So after combat, it looks like that. Yeah, the halberdiers are greatly weakened. They're not going to last forever. I hate losing the BSB, but they're holding up so far, so I can't complain. So Empires of Chaos. Empire turn 4. Yeah, overall, it's that. So these halberdiers finally come out from behind the wall and charge that 1 remaining troll. Until this point, until the troll was weakened, I had no business charging them into that big unit of trolls, because I just would have got slaughtered. Now that he has 1 guy with 1 wound, they're more than happy to jump in there. Hurricane comes up to lend its support. Captis rallies. The steam tank, with 4 wounds left, I was actually able to generate steam points, and so I want to move 1 inch so I could pivot towards the chariot, and I was really hoping I wouldn't roll too high, because I didn't want to hit the dogs. I wanted to be able to shoot the cannon, and it was perfect. My daughter rolled like a 1 or a 2, so I'm lined up perfectly with the cannon. So that's about as nice as I could hope for. Steam tank kills the cannon. I said cannon, I meant the chariot. Steam tank kills the chariot. The Hellblaster opens up on the Skullcrusher, and this, I could see him, but he was getting a +2 cover save, and even with that, I was able to get 2 wounds through. So now he has 1 Skullcrusher with a single wound remaining, and so now my opponent just wants to go hide him. And here's just a glorious shot for the War Machines doing their thing. So after combat, yeah, he's just hurting my guys. I don't remember what spell I got off. I think I got off weapon skill 10, just so he'd be a little bit less likely to hit me. And I think because of that, his trolls just decided to vomit on my guys instead of trying to hit on 5s. So whatever. I'm whittling down his trolls a little bit. I think he has 4 remaining. And I'm doing some wounds to the chariot, but yeah, we're not going to last long there. Over here, we easily kill the troll, and we reform. You see a white arrow there? I'm actually in bus formation facing to the top left. I just haven't moved my models yet because it's time consuming. So Warriors Chaos turn 4. One of the things he did is he took his last remaining Skull Crusher and just runs him away. And he could have stopped right before the woods, but I think he was just like, he just wants to get behind that wall. And he enters the woods, fails his dangerous terrain, and dies. That was awesome. You know what? He was going to die anyway because I wasn't going to let him live. My cannon, I could get my level 4 to throw banishments at him. I was going to find some way to kill him because I needed those points. But dangerous terrain, that was awesome. Yeah, after combat, I couldn't believe it. So the Hell Cannon charges my halberdiers and kills a bunch. We stick around. The I haven't been able to get another wound on the BSB. He's down to 1 wound, but I just couldn't wound him. So I lose combat and I fail my stubborn 9 rerollable, and my War Altar breaks. And luckily he doesn't catch me. And luckily I didn't. I don't think I failed any panic tests. The Hell Cannon originally charged Captasis, and Captasis fled, but again he rolled like a 4, so he's where you see him. So Captasis and the Archlector are fleeing. But look at the Battle Standard Bearer and the Champion on the Halberdiers. These guys were awesome. I wonder if I have light of battle on them, and that's why they stuck around. Matter of fact, the more I think about it, I think I did. No matter what, because the Champion's alive, we get the cold-blooded rule. Because if the BSB was all alone, he wouldn't be able to get it. So actually, I think they're weapon skill 10, but they're cold-blooded. I won by a lot, but I stuck around, which was very nice. I'm going to lose them next round of combat, but it's at least we have that. So Empire turn 5. I learned a very valuable lesson. I never go for 5 steam points because there's a chance you could blow up. I was down to 3 wounds, and I went for 4 steam points, and I realized if you go for 4 and you misfire, and then you roll 3 on a d3, normally that won't kill you, but it does d3 wounds, and you can die. I rolled d3 wounds, I rolled a 3, and my steam tank killed itself. So I did more wounds to the steam tank than my opponent did. Otherwise, the Archlector and Captasis both rally. I move the Hurricanum around so nobody else can charge it, and you can still give the buff to the Halberdiers. And so at this point in the game, it's really interesting. So my main blocks are pretty much gone. I really only have my support units left. But my opponent, with the exception of the Trolls, all of his units are greatly depleted. So if we get in combats, he's going to win, but I have a good magic phase and I have shooting to try to finish his units off, and then in combat use my Hurricanum, Captasis, War Altar to get some final wounds off. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a very intriguing end to the game. So I open up with, I do magic, then I open up the Hellblaster Volley Gun, I kill the rest of his Warriors of Chaos, I kill the BSB, his Chaos Lord is standing there alone, and I shoot a cannon at him, the sniper cannons in Warhammer, and kill his general. So huge point swing there, absolutely huge. He kills my BSB and my last Halberdier. His Trolls are down to 3, his Chariot's down to a single wound. And over here, he beats my Halberdiers. I'm steadfast. It doesn't matter. They still break. And he overruns into a Hurricanum. And at this point, I'm feeling a little bit dumb because I positioned the Hurricanum so that if I broke, he could overrun into me. That was just dumb. So Warriors Chaos turn 5. His Chariot decides to charge Captasis. I could have fled, but I actually kind of liked it. He's got 1 wound, and I've got a 1-up armor save. So I'm thinking his impact hits might kill me. Anything could happen, but I just need 1 wound on that thing, and it's dead. His Trolls, by the way, failed their stupidity test, with the General gone, the BSB gone. I think they're in Leadership 4, so that's tough. What are they going to do? They stumble forward a little bit. Everything he has on the table is in this picture. There's not a lot left. There's that, and I punked him. Got it. With his impact hits and all his warriors and everything else, he could only do 2 wounds, and that sort of might is necessary on Captasis. So I got lucky with that. Killed. I love it. He charged me, and I killed it, which allowed me to reform, face his dogs, which I think I was there anyway. This worked out as wonderfully. He charged my Hurricanum. He only did a single wound. He broke and didn't catch me. Now I hope I can rally it, and my best chance of killing that Hell Cannon is through magic and shooting, and now I can magic and shoot it. So that was ideal. Empire turn 6, the Hurricanum rallies, Captus charges the Hounds. I don't do anything with the Trolls. There's nothing I have that's going to do enough to them. My priority is going to be to kill the Hell Cannon, because I don't want the Hell Cannon. I think the Trolls might be worth more points, but the Hell Cannon can charge and kill my Hurricanum, and so total points affecting the game, I thought that was my better target. So yeah, there's that. There's that. Yeah, 3 Trolls left. I'd love to kill. I just don't have the tools left to do it. Yeah, a couple banishments, and we take care of that. I don't know what happened with shooting. Capsus takes care of the dogs. We go to Warriors of Chaos turn 6. The Trolls fail their stupidity test, stumble forward, and the game ends like that. What a great game! That was just a really fun game. So at the end of it, yeah, I'm losing all my hard-hitting things, my steam tank, my demigriffs, both units of halberdiers. But I have a lot of my supporting things left. The Hurricanum, my war machines, Captuses, the Archlector, War Altar, all my characters except my BSB. So I actually have a fair amount of points left over, but there's definitely a lot of blood on the battlefield. So a lot of credit goes to my daughter, because I've been rolling horribly as of late, and she rolled very well for me. So anyway, that's the game. Hope you enjoyed it.